They're running in the All-American Futurity and
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Triple Crown Report via Downs of Albuquerque with Hall of Fame broadcaster Tom Dawson. I'm Tim Keithley, and we're happy to tell you all about the trials for the All-American Futurity, Oaks, and Derby. And it was a fun couple of days, Tom.
It was really interesting, Tim, because here we have the change of venue. No horses in the trials. No one had raced over this racetrack. First time for all of them to go 440 yards. And then the moves associated with the change of venue. It was a pretty challenging deal for any two-year-old.
And there was a little heat factor as well. Nearly 100-degree temperatures for the trials on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And we'll tell you all about it in just a moment. The Triple Crown Report is brought to you by Jones Bloodstock Insurance Agency, Granada Farms, New Mexico Horse Breeders Association, Kavanaugh Quarter Horses, Kiss My Hawks, Speed Horse Magazine, and the AQHA. We'll be back to tell you all about the Futurity trials when the Triple Crown Report returns.
The American Quarter Horse. They represent a new year, new opportunities, and exciting expectations to be winners. For over 30 years, Jones Bloodstock Insurance Agency has insured American quarter horses that include champions and their bloodlines. Jones Bloodstock Insurance Agency knows that your horse represents a large investment. Ensuring that investment will be the least overall expense an owner has in protecting that investment, whether it's a new foal, a new purchase, or a special runner. Jones Bloodstock Insurance Agency offers prospective full coverage to protect your investment from the very beginning, while in utero and when your foals are born. Jones Bloodstock Insurance Agency can insure them at 24 hours of age. Their family has made supporting the American Quarter Horse a priority. Jones Bloodstock Insurance Agency is proud to be a Triple Crown Report sponsor. Visit their website at jonesbloodstockinsurance.com for more information.
Welcome back to the Triple Crown Report, brought to you by Jones Bloodstock Insurance Agency. Tom, the Futurities got kicked off in a hurry with King of the Tide.
Well, you know, we didn't know what to expect time-wise, and there were pretty fast times right along, but by the time we got to the middle of the day, they got really fast with King of the Tides in race 7.
Jockey Ricky Ramirez on board. Here's Robert Fox with the call.
they're running. Candidaga slight stumble at the start. Fast break for Dragon Link. WR Desperado broke with them, but now begins to fade in middle of the course. Green Cap, King of the Tide. And then behind that, Yellow Cap is favorite Fast Honey, King of the Tide. Then Dragon Link. WR Desperado is beat. King of the Tide in front. King of the Tide to beat Dragon Link. Then WR Desperado and Candied Egg.
What a nice run through the middle of the racetrack, Ricky. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Let's talk about it.
Oh, the horse had a clean trip, broke away beautiful. Last time in the mountaintop, we were going 350, and he was just making a run. So I figured these extra 90 yards were going to help him. And sure enough, he loved the quarter mile.
And to have the fastest time middle of the day.
Yes, sir, so far, and hopefully he stays on. But something that fast, he should. We'll see what Mother Nature does.
Tim, King of the Tide was one of 7 qualifiers for the All-American Futurity that came out of a Ruidoso sale. He's from the New Mexico bred sale. There's a pretty good history of New Mexico breds running well and even winning the All-American.
That sounds like a commercial for the New Mexico sale coming up this weekend, Tom.
Yeah, if you want to buy a runner, let's start right now.
And then the most fun race, I thought, in the first day had to do with political twist. We're rooting for this racehorse. It won the Ruidoso Futurity, had a shot for the rainbow, and came back a real champ.
He came back and did exactly what he's supposed to do. This horse does everything right every time, and this is just another example.
Here's Robert.
They're running political twist fast with Rockstar Martini. Mr. High Five not getting away too well. And to the inside, Cyber Blues is running big. Political twist, Cyber Blues, expensive boots. These three battle away. Mr. High Five's beginning to unwind late. It is political twist in front. Political twist the winner. Then a photo of Mr. High Five and expensive boots.
Well, Javier, that horse broke like thunder and lightning up here in Albuquerque. You have to be happy with the result.
Very, very happy. I was a little concerned about the breaking because he hasn't been out of the gate since the finals and Ruidoso, but he's a pro. He's a racehorse. He broke. He fell by himself, and he reared up a little bit, but I think he was looking for company, but he couldn't find it. So, but we're blessed. I think the time should be all right, and hopefully it'll be a long day.
Well, nearly 20 years ago, when he was first getting started in this business, Javier Rodriguez and his brother Manny had a horse win the Ruidoso Futurity, skip the Rainbow, and win the All-American. Hearts Wide Open was her name. She's a legend now. Political twist, trying to add his name to that impressive list.
Well, I'll tell you what, that may be the horse to beat. Here's the list of qualifiers for the All-American Futurity, starting with King of the Tide, Political Twist. Dragon Link got dragged in that same heat as King of the Tide. AJ's Wingman, and I like Investor.
Investor was a qualifier, remember, for the Rainbow Futurity that we didn't get to run. I thought he would be tough in there. I give him more than a fighting chance in the All-American.
Investor has a lot of bottom in that 440 yards, exactly what he needs. And now let's take a look at Tuesday's trial races, and it begins with the Diesel Train. Choo-choo!
Well, this was a surprise to a lot of people. The weather played a part in turning around here. Now, the Diesel Train qualified for the West Texas Futurity back in the spring. We thought he might be something, and then he had some off-par races, but put it back together when it mattered the most.
Here's Robert with the call.
They're running. Bit slow out of the gate, Mr. J.D. Merkaba came away good. Merkaba, then Rovo's Rail, the Diesel Train, followed up by Keeper Off Tequila and Double Down Dolce. And Rovo's Rail, the Diesel Train, outside Merkaba, three-way battle. The Diesel Train between horses, Rovo's Rail, the Diesel Train, Rovo's Rail, Merkaba, and Keeper Off Tequila.
Last 40 yards, it looked to me like it was a whole race. Talk about that.
Yeah, down the almost getting to the wire, he's just kicked another gear, and I just kind of cruised on him home, and he ran.
He's a big horse, Omar.
Yeah, he is a really big horse. He's one of the biggest 2-year-olds we've had so far, and he's a great horse.
Were you surprised?
Well, no, because at the beginning of his little career, he qualified to the West Texas, so we knew he had more in him. We just were trying to figure out.
He's got more experience.
Yeah, that's the big part.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Omar Iturralde, the winning rider there. His brother Luis Iturralde is the trainer, a family operation, and that's not the only one in the All-American. The Gonzalez family well represented too.
And what about the Lees from Arizona? That's a family operation, along with Wes Giles and the connections of the next qualifying horse, KJ Exquisite Jess.
They're running. KJ Exquisite Jest outbroke Faust. Faust a little delayed. Inside we have On the Money, Exquisite, and Wolf Creek. KJ Exquisite Jest battles away with Exquisite. Then we have On the Money. KJ Exquisite Jest in command, inching away. KJ Exquisite Jest. And then we have Exquisite and a late run from Faust. They'll be in a photo.
Way to start the day off, huh?
Yes, sir.
Talk about that horse right down through the middle.
Yeah. He went in there, so good. They said, that's for the bank. Okay, took off perfect.
And John, I know that you've had this horse from the start.
Yes, we raised him. We've had a lot of luck with this family. A lot of luck with this family. This family's done real good, so pretty proud of him. He left good, and ran a nice race, and I think hopefully he's fast enough today, so we'll see.
The trainer Wes Giles qualifying a pair. He told me he thought this horse would do well in the All-American. He's built physically for the 440 yards, and he had showed in his preparation that he was ready to stretch it out.
They had to wait all day long coming out of the first trial race of the day all the way through 16 to show that it did qualify. So here's the list from Tuesday, the 5 that qualified for the $3 million All-American Futurity. Starts with the Diesel Train, Robos Rail for J.J. Gonzalez, KJ Exquisite Jess, and that D favorite Tasha is back. That's a nice horse for Ricardo Armendariz Jr.
It's a really nice horse, qualified for the Ruidoso Futurity, acted up in the gate and had to be scratched, comes back and now gets his shot in the All-American. Excellent.
Quality lineup for the big race to be held on Labor Day. When we come back, we'll tell you about the qualifiers for the All-American Oaks when the Triple Crown Report returns.
One Famous Eagle is a top 10 all-time sire in earnings and stakes winners. His latest champion is aged mare Famous Shining Star. He is the only stallion since 2012 to sire 3 All-American Futurity winners and 2 world champions. One Famous Eagle is number 3 all-time with $42,000 in average earnings per starter and has sired the earners of over $38 million. Put history on your side at Granada Farms.
Kavanaugh Quarter Horses is proud to own AQHA champion Uncle D. Last year's second leading freshman sire has qualifiers in several 2025 states. The $50,000 smart money incentive for Uncle D foals who are Grade 1 Futurity or Derby winners has been extended through 2026. $25,000 goes to Grade 2 and Grade 3 Futurity and Derby winners. Plus, he remains a Ruby Buckle Stallion. Difference maker Uncle D, standing at Lazy E Ranch.
Back to the Triple Crown Report, brought to you by Jones Bloodstock Insurance Agency. And Tom, turn our attention to the $700,000 All-American Oaks. That's the biggest purse I know for a filly race.
How about 4 trials for it, Tim? Give me a 3-year-old filly. That's what I want. You got all that money to run at, and you only had to outrun 40 horses in order to be able to get in.
But you had to run pretty fast, that's for sure, because the times were very good on Wednesday. Here's the filly Razor Sharp on top of the All-American Oaks trials.
Set for trial 4 of the All-American Oaks. They're running. And Fiona is toxic off a step slow 2, racy favorite. Inside speed for Karma's a Chick. Yellow cap is Razor Sharp. And now trying to roll middle of the track. Rainbow of Diamonds in the orange cap. Went by him, Lightning Jess, and then Streak and Sis. It's Razor Sharp battling away with Karma's a Chick. These two will hit the wire. And then Rainbow of Diamonds next. Followed up by a photo between Elizabeth Alexandria, Lightning Jess, and Streak and Sis.
You got the fastest filly in the trials. You have to be pretty excited, huh?
Yes, sir. Turned out pretty good. I guess good clean break, and she kind of just held her race. Just kept going and surprised me at the time, honestly.
Yeah, that time with all those other really nice fillies,
Yes, you have to
like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was a pretty tough little race. That Rainbow of Diamonds, I think she went up there a couple times in Remington. I'm not sure, but she was pretty tough. So I mean, when I seen her win the race, I was like, well, she should be in,
Next up, All-American.
Yes, sir. Exactly. Thank God.
Razor Sharp was one of 3 horses to come into that All-American Oaks trial out of the same Rainbow trial. Didn't get the best of the take that day, but 440 here in Albuquerque, that was her thing.
I think that's the difference, is the 440 yards.
Well, I think probably the venue, too. Some horses are going to like this racetrack better than others. So, nobody been on it for a while, so it just kind of made another interesting element in these trials.
Another horse that liked the racetrack on Wednesday and qualified for the Oaks was Bold and Beautiful. Here's Robert.
They're running. Beautiful break, and Flying Foos Rageous Pop the Gate is on top. Carmelites chases Bold and Beautiful. Then Amber Light has some ground to make up. Here comes Carmelites, trying to catch Flying Foos Rageous at the rail. Bold and Beautiful. Bold and Beautiful. Carmelites pull away from Flying Foos Rageous. It's down to these two, Bold and Beautiful and Carmelites. Then Flying Foos Rageous and Amber Alert.
What a nice early run for that filly. And I know you brought the horse out just a little bit.
A tad bit, yes, sir. Thank the good Lord we got the win. I think the further we go out, the better. The better it is, that because the track's a bit deep on the inside, but the filly's all run.
But that 2106 will tell you she flew right here.
Oh, yes, sir. She is a good filly indeed.
Yeah, just one of the good fillies in this race. Curl Happy Wagon, fastest qualifier for the Rainbow Oaks, did not get to run there. Comes back here and qualifies. Rainbow of Diamonds, solid performer all year long, has got a spot in here as well.
And Ohano Spirit is another nice runner to make the finals. So that will be back as well on September 1st, Labor Day. When we come back, we'll take a look at the big 3-year-olds that qualified in the All-American Derby when the Triple Crown Report returns.
Kiss My Hawks is a 2-time AQHA racing champion and multiple G1 winner of more than $1.1 million. The 2012 Sorrel Stallion is by tempting dash out of the Trace Sace mare Romancing Mary. Kiss My Hawks progeny have earnings over $13.8 million from just 9 crops to race. He is the only sire in 2024 with 2 earners of $600,000+. Kiss My Hawks, proudly standing at the Lazy E Ranch.
New Mexico offers year-round racing for both quarter horses and thoroughbreds. $60 million are paid out to New Mexico breds annually, highlighted by Albuquerque's $1.2 million Futurity.
KJ Bad Moon Rising Layer Cake. Here's the wire very close.
Your chance to own the next New Mexico bred millionaire awaits. Buy at the New Mexico Bred Sale and the Ruidoso Select Sale. The smart money says New Mexico is the place to race.
For over 56 years, Speed Horse Magazine has been the trusted source for quarter horse racing news. Our mobile-friendly platform elevates your experience on any device. Our advanced search puts essential data right at your fingertips. Explore the stallion section, easily sort and filter member stallions, then compare up to 3 side by side. Stay informed with custom notifications tailored to you. Speed Horse Magazine. We deliver the information that drives the industry.
The latest Ruidoso Select Sale graduate to win a Grade 1 race is Ruidoso Futurity Hero Political Twist.
There's no doubt who's the best 2-year-old.
In Oklahoma, House of Lords took the Heritage Place Derby, while Apolitical Muse won her second Oaks. Plus, the New Mexico Bred Sale produced both the Mountaintop Futurity and Derby winner. Ruidoso Horse Sales continue to set the market trends. Contact Ruidoso Horse Sales for catalogs and information.
Back to the Triple Crown Report for a final segment, and we'll talk about the qualifiers for the All-American Derby, the $1 million race for 3-year-olds at 440. And what a tough runner on top of the list, Tom. House of Lords.
Well, he's just been solid all year long. Sammy Valeriano went and bought him in the winter from Elizabeth Logan to have a good 3-year-old to run in the Derbies. And boy, did he make a good choice.
He was close to the track record.
Well, and everybody was fast. This was a fast-playing racetrack this whole weekend. And you get those big, powerful 3-year-olds on it, they can really set some time.
Here's Robert Fox with the call.
They're running. Slow start for Devil's Tower. Fast break, Hovland Yellow Cap. Inside is Fly Favorite Fly. In the middle of the track, House of Lords. Lethal Cowboy 1, 2, 3 has got to get rolling at the rail. Then we go back to KJ Bad Moon Rising, and it's House of Lords in a 1-horse race. House of Lords blows the doors off the field from Hovland. Then possibly AJ's flashing the chicks.
JC was standing perfect. The header did an amazing job with him to keep him settled, because sometimes he wants to goof around. And, he left good, but he's not a fast breaker. The 4 out broke us by a long way. But he's quick to turn foot, he tries to roll it, and I asked him about 2 times, and then he was getting away from them. I'm like, I think I'm going fast enough. I'm going to try to save something for the finals, hopefully. And thank God that time should have held up if I wouldn't, but, he already won the Heritage Derby, so he's a good one, though. Thank God.
So House of Lords has a chance to justify his purchase price for Simon Valeriano. He's going to get a lot of support on Labor Day.
And then there's a fan favorite that qualified, Holy Pete. A lot of folks know the story how it took a gelding in order for the horse to really become of its own, and now all of a sudden Holy Pete's one of the fastest 3-year-olds running.
Yeah, he's only been beat once since he was gelded, and that was by House of Lords. But has the pedigree for 440 yards, and he showed it clearly.
With Ali Rivera aboard, here's Holy Pete winning race 9.
They're running. Automatic broke sharp between horses to the outside. Ariat fast as well. Holy Pete is beginning to engage. And then at the rail comes First Cartel Power. Just Dolce faded out of it. Here comes Holy Pete. Holy Pete, then Just Sunny D and Ariat. And it's Holy Pete, the winner.
Well, the only thing Holy Pete didn't get done was get back to the winner's circle. As Tim mentioned earlier, it was hot. It was 100 degrees, and some horses had heat effects more than others, so they thought it best just to hose him down and not stop for the winner's circle on back to the barn, where he seems to be doing just fine.
Yeah, he's ready. And I spoke with John Steinbaugh about that, said he was eating hay in his stall not long after. But it's great to take care of that racehorse. And then we get to probably the best race of the 3 days. FDD Dreams and KJ Born to be Wild.
FDD Dreams is a horse that almost never does anything wrong. And I'm not sure he did a lot wrong today, but he did get outrun.
Here's Robert with these two going all the way to the wire by a nose.
They're running. FDD Dreams broke sharp. Brown Coffee came away fast. They both kind of drifted out. Then KJ Born to be Wild inside. Yellow Cap Fearless, Rusty, and Dow. And then Invasive. It's FDD Dreams. Dow chases. FDD Dreams outside. KJ Born to be Wild. Surging late. KJ Born to be Wild.
You know, he actually was calm this time. He's one of the horses that he can't even jog, but he just wants to jump and goof around. And I knew it was going to be a tough trial for him because the FDD Dreams is in there. But when we broke and he actually ran faster than I thought he was going to do, and going down the lane, I seen the FDD Dreams by 3/4 of a quarter beating me. And there was, 40 yards left, and then the horse just picked up a lot of ground in those last 40 yards. That's what really impressed me.
Quite an accomplishment outrunning FDD Dreams under any circumstances, capping off a great weekend for the West Giles Barn, 2 in the Futurity, and now 2 in the Derby.
And it's always fun when there's a delay in a photo finish because all of the excitement of which one of these horses ended up on top. But that was a fantastic race. Okay, Thomas, take a look at the lineup for the $1 million All-American Derby to be run on Labor Day, September the 1st. House of Lords, Holy Pete, Born to be Wild, FDD Dreams. Who's your pick?
Well, you got your old buddy in there, Ariat. He kind of came down to earth. Ran didn't win his trial, but I know he's going to get some attention. But I'll tell you what, the way that House of Lords is running right now, if you can run back to that race, you're not going to beat him.
We'll see. That's why they have betting windows, right?
That's why they have betting windows, and that's why you must enter and run.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. The Triple Crown Report is brought to you by Jones Bloodstock Insurance Agency, Granada Farms, New Mexico Horse Breeders Association, Kavanaugh Quarter Horses, Kiss My Hawks, Speed Horse Magazine, and the AQHA. We appreciate you listening, Tom. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, Labor Day weekend, we're going to start at 4:30 Ruidoso time and Albuquerque time, too, on the Cowboy Channel, and we're going to carry as many of the stakes that fall into that window, hopefully 4, maybe 5.
Well, it should be just a lot of fun, and we hope everybody will come to Albuquerque or Ruidoso Downs for our watch party that we'll have Labor Day weekend. Thank you, Tom.
Hey, this was fun, Tim. Always loved the All-American Trials. I don't care where we have it.
That's true. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time for the Triple Crown Report.